Right, so second video. Second video is entitled "We Are Not Leopards." Well, because that point I made yesterday is that a lot of people say, yeah, but leopards can't change their spots. Well, we're not leopards. Because we're not leopards, it means we can change our spots. It means that doing things like exposing Karens, and if Karens can actually see who they really are, and they get forced to face who they are, really who they are, where people aren't letting them get away with it. Because look, to a certain degree, and I can vouch for this point, people can live in an understanding where who they pretend to be is who they really think they are. That Jekyll and Hyde sort of situation. Where on earth do you think the idea of Jekyll and Hyde came from? People can have two different types of personality, and the Karens are one of those people that have two very distinctive types of personality. One, the absolute victim. One, the bully, the terrorist, that sort of thing. Terrorist as in they terrorise people. But the opposite is someone who acts as if they've been terrorised. So, that innocent little boy or innocent little girl, shivering, compared to the other part of them, which is that vile, nasty, vindictive, punishing person. The person that wants to scrape your eyes out because they perceived a slight upon them, or because they've got offended. They've taken offence to something, even if it's something which wasn't really done. I'm not talking about my situation, I'm talking about in general. Even to something that wasn't necessarily done, they take offence, and because of that, they want to gouge your eyes out. So you go from one to the other. So those people can change. They just need to understand that they're not this innocent little victim. That's not who they are. Who they are is this vile person. That's part of them. That certainly is part of them. And they can deal with that. But they have to understand that that's part of them in order to deal with it. But you can deal with it if you understand that that's part of you. So, is it a good thing to expose it? Yeah. Yeah, it is a good thing. It's a beautiful thing to expose it. But put it this way, if it sets some people free from the terror that's being forced upon them, that's fantastic. That's good. Yeah, that's absolutely brilliant, that is. Yeah. Put that over there. Someone can use it. Someone might need it. It's a poo bag. But somebody may have their dog poo and then realise, oh, I haven't got any poo bags. Oh, there's one there. Fantastic. A gift from God. Sort of thing. Yeah. No, because we're not leopards, we can change. That's the point. We can change. Change is difficult. I'm not going to say for any moment in time that change is easy. It is not. It is bloody hard. I know. Oh no. I've dealt with things in the past. I'm still trying to deal with things now. And I'm telling you now, if you're trying to do it in your strength, Jesus Christ, if you manage to do it in your strength, then you're a bloody hero. Absolute hero. Really. Absolutely. If you manage to do that sort of change in your own strength, then well done. Well done indeed. Because it is very hard. I'm not going to try and suggest that change is easy, but it is possible. But for people to change, people need to be horrified enough about who they are in order to change. Well, certainly, if change is going to be really, really tough, they need to be horrified at who they are, because to go through the difficulty it's going to take. Well, because to change, you've got to find the root. You've got to dig down very, very deep to find some stuff that is quite often quite dark. And you've got to find that, and you've got to dig that out. And of course, that's going to be painful. Yeah. Now, to be willing to do that, you've got to be sufficiently horrified at who you are to do that, haven't you, really? So therefore, exposing these people is the only thing that's likely to give them enough of a... What would the word be? Rage. Self-rage. Because that really is what you need. You need a degree of self-hate. Not hating yourself for all of who you are, but hating that part of who you are. You need to hate that part of who you are. Hate it enough to be willing to go through whatever you have to go through to deal with it. And so exposing these people is the only thing that's going to give them that. And so that is a good thing. That's not a bad thing in any way, shape or form. A lot of people would see, oh, yeah, leave them alone, they can't have been a coming. Yes, they can. Jesus, that's noisy. Is that planes again? Change direction, planes. Put your engines in the opposite direction, please. Therefore, I won't be able to hear you so much. That's better. There you go. No, I wasn't trying to speak in authority in that situation. It just is going to happen anyway at some point in time. That was pure coincidence. Oh dear. I've got more people coming here. What have they got? Amber, come here. Amber, come. Actually, good question. People, person. Dog? No dog. Right, I'm going to pause this a sec. Oh, Jacob. Oh, he's such a lovey. He ran up to those people, little tail wagging, jumped up to say hello, giving them kisses. He's full of love, that boy. He really is. But I was telling him about the videos I do. Tell him about the one I'm doing now about we are not leopards. So therefore we can change. But yeah. Oh. Look, folks, the reality is that you can stay the way you are, but if you stay the way you are, I guarantee you, no doubt in my mind whatsoever, you're going to have an eternity in hell. You're going to suffer the consequences of your behaviour. Yeah, if you are someone who makes other people suffer, then you are going to suffer. You're going to suffer incredibly badly. 1 second, we've got a dog. Come here, Amber. There are consequences. There are consequences to the things we do in life. That's the reality. So we need to change. We do. We need to grow. If you want to grow in a bad way, then okay, grow in a bad way. Face the consequences of that. I mean, you will face consequences here on earth at some point anyway. Because, as I said, put it this way, but they're talking at the moment about mental health because of the gymnast lady. Well, I've said about mental health before. You know, and the fact that there used to be mental health hospitals, but they're closed them all. All the psychopaths are now roaming around. And eventually, if you are a Karen and you pick on one of these psychopaths, bye-bye, Karen. Wait! Enough. Stop fighting. How many times? Get out of bad habits. Okay? Don't like growing up being bad. Stop that. Anyway, yeah. No, I'm going to end this one now. We're going to go on to subject number 3. Subject number 3 is an interesting one. It just cropped in my mind earlier. It's something I'm always a bit about talking about, but we'll go for it. We'll see how it goes. Right, so there you go. I'll leave you to it with this one, and we'll do the next video. You take care. God bless. Bye-bye.